I always loved to cook. I was always around the kitchen, and it was kind of like my comfort place.
Well, ever since I was a kid, actually, I helped my mom in the kitchen. Scrambled eggs and strawberry shortcakes were my specialty.
Two people with a love for food and cooking grew up 3,000 miles apart. Tati from Lima, Peru, and Derek from State College, Pennsylvania. They met in another kitchen in Hyde Park, New York, at the Culinary Institute of America.
It was the third day of orientation, so they asked everybody to switch seats. So I thought she was pretty. I went over and sat next to her, and I talked fast. So she looks at me and goes, "What?"
Yeah, and I asked him if he could slow down. And in that time, I had a thick accent, thicker than now. But it was like, "Can you slow down? Because I cannot understand you." And he was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Peru." And he was like, "Oh, my aunt is from Ecuador." And I was like, "Oh, cool." But
they're right next.
They were right next to it. So I was like, "Oh, cool."
Been together since.
Yeah, we've been together since then. Like 2014.
Yeah, 2014. Wow, it was almost 10 years.
Yeah, almost 10 years.
The couple dated as they earned their chef coats. Derek chose the culinary path, and Tati found her passion in the baking and pastry arts. Their graduation day changed their lives in more ways than one.
After the ceremony of graduation, I had the ring in my pocket. We go downstairs, we start taking the photos and everything, and we're holding each other, we're next to each other, and she's looking at the cameras, and all of a sudden everybody starts to turn with their cameras and face us. And she looks over like, "What's happening?" She looks down, and I'm on my knee, and that's
I couldn't hear anything.
Immediately starts crying.
I cried, but also like everybody was like, "Woo!" And I was like,
cheering. After graduation, we moved to New York to start our jobs, and both of us started at the places where we did our internships at. So I worked at Jean-Georges Columbus Circle, which is a 3 Michelin star spot.
I worked in Duane Park Patisserie. It was in Tribeca, so I became the cake decorator there. And I just enjoy it. All the people that I work with, they were awesome.
While I was at the Jean-Georges, we went to a book signing for Helio Martinez. He's the chef of Central in Peru. And the book signing happened to be at the Llama Inn in Williamsburg in Brooklyn. So we went there. It included a full meal, book signing, meet and greet, all this stuff. And while I was there, I got to talking with the chef and the owner of this restaurant, and they were saying how they were hiring and everything. And so I asked if I could just come and stage, work for free, essentially, and check out the kitchen, learn some things or whatnot. I wasn't even looking for a job. I just wanted to learn more about Peruvian food, because that's where I started to realize my passion was Peruvian food. Through her, of course.
Derek and Tati lived and worked in New York City. It was exhilarating, but not without challenges.
As a couple that were in the same industry, it was very hard for us to be together at all. I'm a baker, so I work in the morning. For him to be able to make money, he had to work at night, because we never had like the same days off. And then COVID happened.
We both lost our jobs, lost our apartment, essentially. We couldn't afford the rent anymore. The only reason we made it as far as we did is because we were doing some meal prep for our friends in the area.
Yeah. When we were talking, I was like, I will be okay moving back to your town. We were like, if we move, we have to take everything with us. We move on the morning, we arrive at like 1 p.m., I think.
Our entire life changed in one day. It was the weirdest thing. So we were looking for jobs that were guaranteed almost, or safe if there was another kind of shutdown. So she ended up getting a job at the bakery department in Weiss and Belfont.
I already had the experience, so it was just like getting used to the new environment, right? And everybody was so welcoming, and they were so nice to me.
And I worked at a few different restaurants and management, and settled on Pine Grove Hall after a little bit.
I was working from there, and I would do a few cakes for friends, family, and then it started to spread around.
After a few months of renting a kitchen for Tati to make cakes, an opportunity to showcase what they could create together presented itself only a few blocks away from their home in Pleasant Gap.
They told us that the space was ours if we wanted it.
After about 6 months of planning, securing the finances, and dreaming together, Derek and Tati had everything in place for their new bakery, except a name.
We couldn't think of a name that we liked or that clicked. We were on a Zoom call with her aunt and uncle.
When we were talking, Franco was there, and he was like, what about the cake shop? And I was like, oh, that sounds good. And we were both like in the Zoom call, and we're like, yeah, that sounds good. I like
Saved us a lot of time and trouble.
Yeah, and Franco is like, yeah, the cake shop by Tati. And I was like, yeah, I like it. We had the name and everything, and we were like, okay, we want the logo to not be bakery logo. No, I didn't want, the like cake or the cupcake or the coffee. And my sister was like, why don't you do it here in Peru or use someone that is Peruvian? This is what I want. I want something that does represent baking and pastry, but also very feminine, because I like flowers, and I'm like, my thing are sugar flowers. Lucama's name comes from a Peruvian fruit. So I was like, and she loved dogs. So she was like, oh my God, I love Lucama. Basically, the drawing of each element that we have in our logo. This is the flower from Lima, and that was the flower represent Derek because he's from Pennsylvania. It was the mountain laurel. These are the hydrangeas. This is the vanilla bean. And she's like, and I thought maybe you could have a lucuma, because you're Peruvian and also because of lucuma.
Long story short, the logo is essentially our family and our business. I mean, it's baking, and then, the avocado thing is the dog, and the two different flowers, her and I. So it's our family.
Cakeshop by Tati opened the doors on February 16th, 2021.
Opening day was a lot busier than any of us had expected.
It was crazy.
I think we sold out in like an hour the first day that we were open. It was nuts. We were here at about 3 or 4 a.m. We'd leave at about midnight 30, go home, sleep for a couple hours. We were like sleeping in the office. There was a couple nights where we just working the last 3 or 4 hours, and both of us are just bawling our eyes out because we're so exhausted. We don't know what feelings we're feeling, but they're happening. And then Andrea started, and it got easier from there. It was never easy, but having somebody here that we could trust was a big thing.
My name is Andrea Barolo, and I'm a pastry chef, decorator. It's fun. There's a lot of creativity involved and manuality, like doing things with your hands and creating. I love making miniatures. I've always liked to make desserts, but this is totally different. This is like such a niche, and it's very popular right now. Like you see it everywhere, like cakes, and making things that look like they're not cakes.
Cakeshop by Tati has become known for their celebratory cakes, their daily baked goods, and for special events and collaborations around the center region. Derek and Tati have orchestrated kitchen takeovers, intimate private dinners, and have also taken part in community events like the annual Latin Fest.
I'm making Peruvian chocolate cake, or what we call torta de chocolate. Why? It's Latin Fest on Saturday, and we just like to bring everything that is Latino.
So at their production facility, part of what we're making for Latin Fest is a masa mora. The base of the masa mora is water with apples, pineapple rind, and purple corn. Grows a lot in the Andes. It's full of antioxidants and nutrition and all that kind of stuff, but it's mainly just used for color. So we're adding cinnamon sticks, clove, and fig leaves. It's thickened with cornstarch and served with a rice pudding. So we'll be serving that warm at the Latin Fest Saturday.
I really enjoy cakes and stuff like that. You have to really be focused on it and thinking about it and actually keeping track of the stuff that you're doing, so you have to be concentrated. There is no fixing it after it, For culinary it's a little easier because if you put too much salt, you can add something else and you will balance it. But for baking it's not. You put something wrong and then there is no going back.
Any more cream?
No.
Medium roast. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
My
Derek.
pleasure. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
I always like people's reaction. It's just it's a thing for me. I love how everybody reacts.
I come here because, one, it's a local business. Two, the bakery items are amazing. The coffee's delicious. And Derek and Tati are two of the nicest people that I've ever met.
It's
a very nice area. It's cozy, big selection. The muffin, yum. And this is just a very comfortable area to sit and have a cup of coffee with friends.
I think it's a lovely place. It's nice to find little hidden gems like this in State College Center County area, and this certainly fits the bill. Everything tasted good, and it's nice to have a latte and enjoy it.